Live from Staten Island here in Wagner College Stadium, alongside me first is the brace scorer himself. We are talking with Seth Powder. Seth, firstly, congratulations on the win and congrats on the 2 goals. And we can dive straight into that matter. 2 goals to your name, but that first one, outrageous.
Thank you.
What made you think to shoot from way downtown? You were practically shooting from the Verrazano Bridge, and suddenly it made its way into the back of the net.
Yeah, so I got a good ball out wide, and I saw the opportunity to take it 1v1. I see a lot of space on the inside of the defender, so I decided to cut in. I saw the space, and I knew I had confidence in myself to score. So took the shot, went in, grateful.
Let's also talk about the fact that this match featured a scoreless first half. And maybe in the first 30 minutes, Cedar Stars did control the rhythm. But as the minutes went on, it was the Monarchs, your side, that found a response each time. So what was said maybe in that locker room to find that offensive drive?
Yeah, I mean, the coach gave us a little tip to try and overload the outsides, and I think that's exactly what we did. Our fullback, Noah, I think he got the ball out wide, played me wide, created that overload, and then we was able to exploit the defense. I believe the scoreless first half mainly led to the fact that it's first time playing on the field, first time game of the season, so just picking up our feet, getting in the rhythm of the game. So, yeah, I would say that had to do with the scoreless first half.
But again, you guys clearly found your rhythm. We could also talk about your second goal, which was all about placement, assisted to you by Jaheim Faustin, whose spoiler is coming up. So when you found that placement, when you found that 2-0 lead, did that change the mentality of you and your team now that you had a 2-0 lead?
Yeah, that definitely changed the mentality of the team. Definitely to be more composed and try and hold the game out because we knew we had the 2-goal lead now. We know the next goal in football, if it's 2-1 or 3-0, is very important. So we just try to hold out the game and stay composed, stay resilient.
And held out you did. 2-1 the final scoreline. So, of course, Powder, congratulations.
Thank you.
And, of course, alongside you, we do find Leo Perelman, the guardian between the posts, responsible for a myriad of saves, especially in those first minutes. Well, let's talk about the fact that you had to control the tempo inside your own 18-yard box. How important, let alone difficult, was it to find that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew in the second half that it was going to be more open a game, especially going 0-0 into the half. But, as Seth said, we had a good locker room talk, right? Changed the tactic a little bit, and I think that's what meant it for us. And as soon as we got 2-0 up, I knew, last 15, 10 minutes, game management all about, taking time off the clock and just making sure we get the 3 points at the end of the day.
And as we had said with Seth Powder as well, the first 30 minutes maybe belonged to the New Jerseyan side. However, as the game went on, the Staten Island Monarchs found their rhythm and found their inertia with a lot of strength, I should say. So what was done defensively, especially in that second half, to find that comfortable lead?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the weather tonight, obviously the turf is a little wet. I think it's just a matter of no nonsense and picking and choosing the time when to build out the back versus when to just play direct. And I think we did a really good job of that. I think, first time clearances from Andrea and Nick, I think that helped us out a lot, and both of our wingbacks were solid today. But communication amongst the back six was very important. I think that's what helped us out to get there in the end.
Perfect. In that case, Perelman, thank you very much. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And last, but certainly not least, it's the showman himself today who is also in charge of drawing numerous fouls. It's Jaheim Faustin. Faustin, let's also talk first about that assist you gave to Seth Powder. You could have gone on goal, but instead you selflessly played it toward your number 19. What was the decision-making there in that sequence?
To be honest, it's just really trust. I trust my players. I trust to give them the opportunity as much as possible to create the chances because as a wide player, that's what I do. I provide and I also score. So I also try to give that opportunity as much as possible to our strikers to score as well.
Doing your job there and doing your job perhaps off the scoreboard, more in the stats department. You drew fouls left and right. So we can talk about composure being an important element in this game. How would you describe the, I suppose, importance, the significance of being calm, cool, and collected, especially in those dying minutes?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we practice. What you practice is what you come out and show in the game. I try to be as composed as possible to be relaxed and be on the ball so that I don't hesitate and I could take my time and make sure I make good options.
And compose you certainly were, almost putting on some street-style soccer, especially at the very end. Was that what you were thinking? Is that what you had grown up with, perhaps, showing those moves right there on the field?
I mean, that's my playing style. I grew up in Trinidad in the hood where we play a lot of futsal, soccer. So tricks is kind of my thing, yeah.
That makes sense. Clearly on display here as you put on an exhibition. Firstly, congratulations on the assist
Thank
and
you.
congrats on the win, Jaheim.